Just like many of you, I felt on top of the world when I graduated high school. Needless to say, I was pumped to be moving on with my life and taking the next big step to college. Except all of us in the NUN program were making a much bigger jump. Everyone has mixed feelings about leaving their friends and family behind for the first time, but trust me, finding new friends isn't nearly as hard as it's thought to be. I'm not the most social person, and yet it didn't take me long before I was getting to know a lot of cool people and making new friends. The anxiety will go away by realizing you get to see a place that most people will never get to see, while your buddies back home are left to study in a normal dorm room. The NUN program also gives you several opportunities to meet new people based off of activities that suit the interests of so many different people. For instance, when we first arrived in Australia, one of the first things we did was explore the city with our designated groups and check out all the cool landmarks around Melbourne, which gave us a taste of the city and allowed us to meet some new people. And then there were all the amazing excursions that we got to take during the trip, which allowed us to see some of the most beautiful sights that Australia has to offer. And of course, the rare wildlife that everyone adores.
Every time she closed her eyes.
Despite all the amazing trips, I got the most out of my experiences that I had through service learning. For my service learning, I was able to do two different projects. First, I volunteered for 12 hours at Warrandyte State Park in Victoria, planting new trees and other plants to help restore the area. Much of the forest had been destroyed by fires or cleared for the creation of orchards. I was inspired to see how passionate the normal volunteers were when it came to preserving the park. In addition to the individual service learning, the whole group did a large-scale service learning project to aid Parkinson's Victoria. Parkinson's Victoria is an organization dedicated to helping the victims of Parkinson's disease and of course collecting money to find a cure. My job was to raise money for the cause by going out and asking for donations from random passerbys. I was actually able to put on a self-defense seminar before spring break for anyone interested in learning some self-defense. Yes, their spring is in September. Everyone seemed either fairly petrified or mystified from the way some of the moves looked that I was able to show, but overall I think everyone enjoyed themselves. Then there was spring break, an experience I won't soon forget. I went to New Zealand with a big group of guys that I didn't know that well, but we came out of the vacation good buds. I would recommend doing the same based off of where you want to go, but if you find yourself in NUN Australia, I would highly recommend New Zealand. It is truly the most beautiful place on the planet and the coolest people live there. My best experience was meeting all of these cool people. They truly take nothing for granted and know that they live in a place to be cherished. If everyone was like that, the world would be a much better place. Overall, I will never forget the great memories and people that I was able to meet during my study abroad here in Australia. I truly appreciate the fact that it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me to come here for a third of a year and enjoy a new country. The most important thing to remember is just to cherish it, because no matter where you are, no matter how long the trip is, I promise you, it goes fast. And believe me, it's